Hi all, welcome back to my channel. There's a haunting Facebook page called Anchoring Hope for Mental Health, Jeremy and Bailey Coe, where Bailey Coe, who says she holds the title of doctor and worked as an educator at the University of Nebraska, shared her journey trying to seek help for her husband Jeremy, who suffered from mental illness. Bailey also had a YouTube channel where she made videos talking about their lives, their struggles with Jeremy's illness, and their two sons, Hudson and Asher. Among the stories she shared, she talked about how Jeremy deliberately drove into a semi truck on the freeway and crashed their car, but survived, and that he woke her up one morning in March, standing over her, holding a knife. But, she said, she decided she was going to fight for her husband. So she posted that she was able to talk him down during the episode with the knife and convince him to go to the hospital to receive mental health treatment for the fourth time during their marriage. She posted that on May 3rd. Then she talked about the treatments Jeremy received, but said that none of them were working, even though she had launched a GoFundMe to raise funds to get further treatment for Jeremy that their insurance did not cover, and to help pay bills since Jeremy was no longer able to work his landscaping business. On May 5th, Bailey posted that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and in her post she said, "We didn't know this high school sweetheart of mine, the homecoming king, star running back, talented artist, and genuinely kindest man you could find, would fight demons so dark." She had no idea how dark his demons truly were. On May 6th, she posted, "Jeremy and I have been together for 25 years. High school sweethearts, married for 21 years this summer. I'm unapologetically Hottie Hubby's girl. He loves me so well, and he knows how much I love him. But mental illness doesn't care about soulmates." On May 8th, she posted that Jeremy was released from the mental health facility on May 7th, and he was home with his family and looking forward to his oldest son's high school graduation that coming Saturday. Then she posted later that day that Jeremy tried to work for a few hours that day, but had to go home to rest because his dark thoughts were flooding his brain again. On May 9th, she posted that they had submitted the paperwork for Jeremy's new mental health treatments. And that was the last post she ever made. On Saturday, May 10th of 2025, the day Jeremy and Bailey's oldest son was supposed to enjoy his special day, graduating from high school, Bailey's father said he found Jeremy, Bailey, and their two boys, all deceased in their home. Police said as they investigated the gruesome scene, they determined that Jeremy had stabbed Bailey, 18-year-old Hudson, and 16-year-old Asher to death. Then he took his own life.
Breaking update in a story we brought you at 6. The Nebraska State Patrol says they're investigating an apparent triple murder-suicide in rural Dawson County. According to NSP, this morning at approximately 9:45 a.m., the Dawson County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to a residence at Johnson Lake. Upon arrival, deputies found 4 deceased individuals, all who were residents of the home. The deceased had been identified as Jeremy, Bailey, Hudson, and Asher Coach. Following preliminary investigation, NSP believes 42-year-old Jeremy killed each of his sons, 18 and 16 years old, and his wife, Bailey, 41 years old, before taking his own life. All 4 were found with fatal knife wounds, and a knife was found at the scene. NSP is leading the investigation. The Dawson County attorney has ordered autopsies for all 4 of the deceased. According to a GoFundMe account, one of the sons was set to graduate from Cozad Community Schools today. The district posted about the tragedy to social media, and during the commencement, Superintendent Dan Endorf spoke briefly on the matter.
As you know, our community and this senior class experienced a tragedy within the past few hours. The bittersweet emotions felt by the senior class on their graduation day, and throughout this entire gymnasium for that matter, cannot be concealed at this moment and are emblematic of the adult lives our graduates are about to begin.
Bailey was an active advocate for Jeremy's mental health.
Now to our other top story this evening, that tragedy that has left the town of Cozad shaken to its core. Many there switching their social media profile pictures to an image reading prayers for Cozad.
A murder-suicide that left a family of 4 dead and their friends and family looking back at a difficult mental health journey that ended in the worst way. 1011 Sam Cobb spent the day reaching out to those that knew the Coe family and joins us live in the studio with more.
Cole, Madison, while it was a horrific crime, friends and family tell us that this story is one about mental health and the damaging effects it can have on entire families. It's a topic that Bailey Coe spent the years leading up to her death advocating for online. In Cozad, just before 10 on Saturday morning, 42-year-old Jeremy Coe, his wife Bailey, and their 2 teenage sons, Hudson and Asher, were found dead in their home, killed in what authorities say was a murder-suicide at the hands of Jeremy. But as Bailey's parents say in a recent letter shared online, the man who committed the act was not the one they knew. He'd been struggling with severe mental health problems that could trigger manic states, something Bailey documented thoroughly as an online blogger, sharing stories of their journey to find a solution as recently as a day before the tragedy. Those posts had an impact that spanned across communities of bloggers, creating friendships with other writers like Lauren Eberspacher.
She knew for years now that this was not going to be an easy road, but she was committed to loving and supporting her husband. Even in some of the darkest times, she always remained full of hope.
According to a GoFundMe Bailey created at the beginning of this month, Jeremy was diagnosed with severe depression back in 2009, and just paying for the countless treatments that never seemed to work, used nearly every penny that they had. We did reach out to Bailey's family and other friends for further comment who were unable to speak today, but we will be providing you with each update on this story as we're able to get them, and we'll have more on this tonight at 6.
Just a gut-wrenching story in every sense of the word. Sam, thank you for that.
This is a tragedy we've been following for a few days now, happening just a few hours away in Cozad. A family killed by their father, who also took his own life.
We have learned he had been battling mental health issues for more than a decade. Much of that journey documented online by his wife, Bailey Coe. 1011 Sam Cobb spent the day speaking with those close to the family about the circumstances leading up to their deaths.
It was a Saturday morning discovery that shook the community. The Coe family, 41-year-old Jeremy, his wife Bailey, and their 2 teenage sons found dead in their home the day of their oldest son's high school graduation in an apparent murder-suicide carried out by Jeremy.
I was shocked. It was something that I never could have imagined would have been the outcome for their story, not even in a million years.
The deaths of the Coe family ended a mental health journey that wife and mother Bailey Coe had been documenting for years.
The thing that you have to remember about Bailey and know about her is that she wasn't just a champion of her husband. She was a champion of every single person, whether she knew them or not.
Eberspacher and Bailey were both contributors for Her View from Home, a mom blog website. They shared a statement of their own with us today, reading, "She worked tirelessly to change the conversation about mental illness and the stigma surrounding it. Though she's no longer with us, her powerful words remain, and we will continue to share her story." While Bailey may not be able to write any more words of her own, her friends and family are confident that the ones she did put out there are more than enough to keep her legacy going and hopefully help someone else in her situation.
Thank you for listening to this incredibly tragic story. I appreciate it. And I'll be praying for all those who love the Coe family. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on my next video.